enduring not one but two polar vortex experiences. Would that be vorti? No, actually, it's vortices. So we endured two vortices. We completed another real amazing winter. It's more than important to thank all of those who endured and made it through the cold weather to continue to serve our students. Thank you all for your dedication to our mission. Winterim itself remains strong. Last year, we realized 140% increase in Winterim enrollment over 2012. This past session, we maintained a high level of enrollment as we continue to provide opportunities for our students to achieve their educational goals. Some of our other students, student athletes to be specific, are doing quite well, thank you. They are the members of the men's basketball team. The Rangers are unbeaten in the Great Lakes Valley Conference play, knocked off 3 nationally ranked teams last week. The Rangers return home next week. Saturday, February 8th is the Alumni Day, and get your tickets because it's looking like a sellout. We are going to pack the sack. I've trademarked that, and so all the royalties will come this direction in support of the University of Wisconsin Parkside Foundation. Did I mention the Regents were in town this fall? Yes, the Regents, led by board president and proud UW alumnus Mike Falbo, were here, and they were impressed. Truly, accolades continued to come back to us over the holidays. It's important to note that all were impressed, particularly those that haven't been here in a while or are new to campus. They were impressed with the way we're addressing the future of higher education in our region, as well as the resources and the absolute beauty of our campus. Well, we have a full agenda, honoring our colleagues for their commitment to students as we mark their important anniversaries, updates on the important work being done across our campus, and a look at how we can be a little more healthy in the coming semester and have fun at the same time. And what would Spring Convocation be without Dr. Kim Kelly as she partners with us all to continue and sustain our culture of planning. Right now, however, let's welcome some distinguished guests. At this time, I ask our governance leaders to stand and remain standing while introductions are completed. Please hold your applause until the introductions are finished. Do we have Karen Baskin, Classified Staff Vice Chair? Karen. Karen Graber, Classified Staff Chair. Don Lintner, Academic Staff Vice Chair. Heather Miles, Academic Staff Chair. Jonathan Olson, University Committee Vice Chair. Daphne Pham, University Committee Chair. Gary Wood, Secretary of the Faculty. Mila Deschamps, Student Government Vice President. And Annalie Sapansky, Student Government President. A round of applause for our governance leaders. And we've got great support from our community through our advisory boards and our committees that help us and guide our success to students. Please join me in welcoming members from a variety of these boards. As your name is called, please stand. From our foundation board, we have Thomas Marini, Bob Topi, Thomas Nelson. In addition to the foundation board, Bob Topi and Tom Nelson are members of the College of Business, Economics, and Computing Advisory Board. Also joining us from our College of Business, Economics, and Computing Advisory Board are Chuck Goodremote, Terry Steidel, Cam Bueller. From the College of Natural and Health Sciences Advisory Board, we have Joan Wilk, Julie Kinzelman, and Thomas Wendt. And from the College of Arts and Humanities Advisory Board, we have Francisco Loyola. Let's give them a warm Parkside welcome and thank you for your service. At At this time, I ask any UW Parkside Emeritus faculty and staff members and retirees who have joined us this morning to please stand and be recognized. Thanks for joining us, John. We have a number of elected officials with us today, and I would ask each of them to stand as their name is called. We welcome Wisconsin State Senator and UW Parkside alumnus, Mr. Bob Wirch. Kenosha Mayor and UW Parkside alumnus, Keith Bosman. From the town of Summers, Town Administrator Bill Morris and Town Board Chair Ben Harbuck. And another group of important alumni with us today would be all Parkside faculty and staff who are alumni. Please stand, you Rangers, and be recognized. Wow. Talk about believing in the products you offer the community. Well, we all enjoy and value the next portion of our annual spring convocation, the presentation of service anniversary awards. Without quality, dedicated faculty and staff, we would not have been able to enrich thousands of minds and change thousands of lives as we have during the past 6 decades. Now, those receiving a 5-year service anniversary pin began their careers with us in 2008. Looking back, the leading social media network in 2008 was MySpace. Yeah. Mel, time to update that one. On campus that year, the Alumni Association donated $5,000 to help furnish the alumni room as part of the union, or as we now know it, the Student Center renovation and expansion. With the 5-year service anniversary recipients listed in our program, please stand and be recognized. 5-year. Congratulations. Thank you for your service. Our 10-year recipients started in 2003. 2003. Cubs fans will shudder at the sound of one word: Bartman. And speaking of heartburn, the Parkside Employee Alumni Group held its inaugural Sweetheart Burn Chili Cook-Off in 2003. Would the 10-year service anniversary recipients listed in your programs please stand and be recognized? Fifteen-year award recipients started in 1998. The same year, the Europeans agreed on one currency, the euro. At Parkside, to help celebrate our 30th anniversary, Interim Chancellor Gordon Lamb approved the restoration of the sifting and winnowing plaques, now prominently displayed near the library and in Molinaro Hall. Yeah, the plaques spent the previous 25 years in the archives, after originally being displayed at the UW Kenosha and UW Racine centers. Would the 15-year service anniversary recipients listed in our program please stand so we can recognize your service? Thank you. 1993, maybe Stephen Hawk, Jeffrey Schmidt, and Lisa Kornetsky remember the first Beanie Babies were launched. They have the thespian bear? I don't know. And at UW Parkside celebrated its 25th anniversary. Stephen and Jeffrey and Lisa, congratulations and thank you for 20 years of dedicated service. Please stand so your peers can recognize you and celebrate you. In 1988, The IBM PC sold for $1,250. Hold on now, it did have 30 megabyte hard disk. You know, 1,250, and 512 kilobyte memory. So that means one picture on your cell phone wouldn't fit on that computer. Yeah. But things don't change around here, it just stays the same. Daniel Avila, Deanne Pacell, Deanne worked on one of those computers. Trudy Bean, still. If you knew about me and Deanne, I deserve everything she gives me. Sahar Kone, thank you. Stephen Wallner may recall they started the year the UW Parkside Biological Sciences Department was designated a Center of Excellence by the UW System Board of Regents. Would Daniel, Deanne, Trudy, Dennis, Zahar, and Steve please stand and be recognized? Thank you. As our Chancellor, Debbie Ford, comes forward to present our 30 and 35-year pins, I have some interesting stories for you, as if you haven't been entertained enough. In 1983, when our colleague in Campus Technology Services, Lee Goldsberg, started at Parkside, he wanted the job, so he had to turn down a flight into space on the NASA shuttle. No. But he found somebody, he gave it to Sally Ride, who became the first American woman in space. Mm-hmm. Who writes this stuff? Yeah. Speaking of new frontiers, in 1983, UW Parkside researcher Ross Gunderson demonstrated that growing nerves communicate with the muscles to which they eventually attach. So, in 1978, come on out, Nora Keller, another of our colleagues in Campus Technology Services, may recall that the Volkswagen stopped production of the original Beetle after manufacturing more than 20 million cars. Also in 78, the Board of Regents named Molinaro Hall for former State Representative George Molinaro, a legislative force behind the 1965 bill that established this university. Before that, the building was called the Classroom Building. Yeah, good move. Good thing we changed that. So Lee and Nora, without a doubt, 30 and 35 years of quality, dedicated service deserves recognition. On behalf of the entire campus community, thank you both for your commitment to the mission and vision of the University of Wisconsin, Parkside. A round of applause for this dedicated. Along with Nora Keller, you may have noticed in your program that Stephen Johnson, our power plant operator who retired in September, is also recognized for 35 years of service. Unfortunately, Steve could not be with us today. However, along with Nora and Lee, we recognize those three with 100 years of service to Parkside. So let's give Steve, Nora, and Lee another round of applause. And thank you all. Thank you all. Today we celebrate 985 years of service to public higher education in southeastern Wisconsin at our university. That's incredible. Now, much of our program this morning reflects the university's 5 pillars of excellence, which help define what we do here at the University of Wisconsin Parkside, driving our efforts in our 45th year and helping sustain Parkside as a vital source to students and our region is our culture of planning. Later this morning, we'll hear from Dr. Kim Kelly on our efforts to update our strategic plan. In the meantime, our pillars of excellence serve as a bridge, a guide, if you will, during the strategic planning process. All 5 pillars are key to who we are. When the pillars are aligned and integrated into our work, the results are powerful and groundbreaking. Speaking of groundbreaking, such is the case with the work over the past 3 years to construct our teacher preparation program. Here to tell us more about the work that was done to prepare us for the successful teacher preparation launch, en route to making the program eventually the envy of the region, is Peter Wiens, Assistant Professor of Education in the Institute of Professional Educator Development. Peter. There you are, Peter. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you, John. It's great to be up here and share the story of iPED that we've been the culmination of several years of hard work that predates my tenure here, but I've been very excited to be a part of for the last 6 months or so. I wasn't supposed to give this speech. Annie Grugel was supposed to give this talk, but she got called away on an emergency about 45 minutes ago. So this is the first I'm seeing this slide, which so I'm hoping it matches what the notes she gave me say. So I apologize for the rough patch that this might hit over the next couple minutes. We want to begin with updating you on enrollment in iPED, particularly in the educator preparation program to begin with. In the fall, we began with 4 students, our Fab 4 as they were called, thanks to Dean Jacobs for that title. And we had a great experience sort of breaking in the program with those 4 students over the first semester, and they were very up for being our guinea pigs as we worked out some of the kinks in the early going of our program with them, and they're excellent students, and we're looking forward to working with them moving on. But 4 students does not a program make. So we are happy to tell you that we offered 2 courses in Winterim, which were both full to capacity. And in the spring, we have an enrollment of close to 75 students in our classes that we are offering. And in the fall, we are looking for as many as 185 participants. Oh, sorry, that's professional development. See, I should have seen the slide first. As many as 150 or more students enrolled in teacher ed and taking classes. So we're very excited about the growth in our numbers and the excitement of our students for educator preparation here at UW Parkside. On the professional development side, we also have very exciting work going on. This spring, we project to serve 210 area teachers, and in the summer, we project to serve another 185 teachers, and in the fall, 195. So we continue to play an important role in our community, serving our in-service teachers as well as our students who want to become teachers in the future. Our current certification areas that we have are biology, geography, mathematics, chemistry, geoscience, political science, sociology, history, English, language arts. And we're excited to be working on a few more licensure pathways over the next semester. These will be going through the process here and out to DPI, and those would be economics, broad field, social studies, and music. And we're very happy to be working with those departments on those particular licensure areas. We're also very excited about our technology and pre-engineering program, which will be our first post-baccalaureate program and offered through advanced professional development. We submitted that in November, and we've heard very positive things from DPI, and we anticipate to be able to enroll our first students in that as early as this summer. So that is very exciting, and we're looking forward to that. We'd like to give you an update on the elementary education program. In November, Faculty Senate voted on our intent to plan for a new elementary education major. That went out to system, and if you're aware, all the other UW campuses get to respond to our intent to plan. We had responses from 3 campuses, 2 of which we responded to, and they were fine with that, and another one which wasn't, and they wanted us to go to mediation. So a couple weeks ago, we went through the mediation process with them, and we're waiting to hear the results of that, which should come back today, hopefully. So we'll keep you posted on that. And on the professional development side, there's also exciting things coming up from professional development. All right, good slide. We're very excited about a fresh off the presses initiative that is coming forward, which is a digital learning and technology integration certificate, which would be a new program in our region for future or practicing teachers to pursue more strategies and practices around digital learning and use of technology in instruction. So that's very exciting. We are working with Racine Unified School District on an elementary education assistant program where teaching aides could work on a degree and towards elementary teaching licensure. And we're very excited about work going on with a coaching and mentoring induction program for new teachers. So this is what IPED is up to, among many other things as well, of course. And we thank you for your ongoing support. Feel free to stop by anytime. We're right downstairs. Thank you.
Wow. There's a lot going on, and it will be the envy of the state. Did you hear that? New to Parkside, new to the region, never before. Cutting edge stuff. Congratulations. Thank you, Peter, for stepping in. Another pillar is telling our story. It's an interesting pillar because it includes... Thanks, John. Another story because it includes all the other pillars. Those pillars that are the drivers of everything we do here. So real amazing stories make us proud to be a part of the team at University of Wisconsin-Parkside.
Parkside is my connection with my professors.
If you're willing to put the work in, they will take your education to another level.
The faculty and staff gave me different opportunities to succeed and grow into a young professional.
We all fit in so well together, but we're all so very different.
That's what I love about Parkside.
At UW Parkside, the professors get to know me as an individual.
The classes are really hands-on, so it sets you up for your career experience.
It's just a beautiful campus. I love just being around it.
So I love the small community.
At UW Parkside, they offer a wide range of extracurricular activities.
The community is so diverse.
That's you. That's us. That's real amazing. And now, our real amazing interim provost, Dr. Freddie Biden.
Thank you, John, and good morning, everyone. The Institute of Professional Educator Development and the incredible work being done there, which Peter so ably described on a moment's notice, is only one example of academic excellence and quality and student success that exist here at UW Parkside. IPED also represents another pillar, partnerships and pathways, the real and very relevant connections Parkside has built with the communities that we serve. Our pillars of excellence point out many of the ways we are partnering with other institutions to create new pathways that will advance access to education both at the undergraduate and graduate levels. In September, Gateway Technical College President Brian Albrecht and Chancellor Debbie Ford, joined by their respective academic leaders and dedicated faculty, officially recognized 7 new agreements between the business departments at both schools. Articulation agreements are not new to the 2 institutions. However, these most recent partnerships represent the greatest options offered to students to pursue higher education. They are considered a true 2+2 agreement, where students transfer into the university at junior standing. These agreements provide students even greater options for their educational and career goals. The dedicated and hard work between the faculty and staff from Gateway and Parkside enables Gateway students graduating with associate degrees in accounting, business management, marketing, and supervisory management to transfer into Parkside's AACSB International's accredited business programs of accounting, management information system, and business management. Students may also transfer into our graphic design programs that's located in the College of Arts and Humanities. And what makes these agreements so special is that Gateway students will see 54 to 62 of their credits accepted here at Parkside. It's also important to understand and recognize that seamless transitions between our institutions directly address the need to retain talent to advance our region. Our 2 institutions serve our region best, and when we work together to meet student needs and build local capacity to advance the economic, social, and cultural vibrance of our community. In October, we finalized a partnership with the Rosalind Franklin University of Medicine and Science that creates pathways for up to 10 of our pre-health students to study in the Rosalind Franklin College of Pharmacy. And you'll learn more about that important partnership from Dean Otu in just a few moments. Another of our pillars is stewardship and operational excellence. And from my perspective, operational excellence includes collaboration across the campus to drive the academic mission and the vision of our university. Faculty and staff working together enable us to enrich minds and change lives for literally thousands of individuals in southeastern Wisconsin and beyond. Are we doing all we can? You and I both know that we have the potential as well as the capacity to do much more. And I'm confident that we will indeed do so. Thank you.
Again, I'd like to remind you, these presentations and this messaging and all this information celebrating your work is that which we've been taking into our community. And so it's important for you to realize we are directly telling this story out in your communities and out in our communities. And thank you, Provost Debeid. Telling our story is an important pillar, to be sure. One of the great stories we had the pleasure of telling last semester was that of the national championship team from UW Parkside. With us today is one of the top coaches in the country, our own Coach Knight. He has been instrumental in building a program that is on the rise against the highest levels of competition. In just 5 years, he has built a program from one that did not exist to a national champion, besting teams from Baylor, Michigan State, the University of Wisconsin, that one in Madison they talk about, and many others. The results? Well, let's let Coach Knight tell us. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Knight, also known as Dr. Peter Knight.
Thank you, John. You know, it's a real pleasure to be here this morning. to talk about our sales certificate and the 2013 accomplishments of our UW Parkside sales students. To give you a little background, sales education is becoming increasingly important for today's business school graduates. According to a recent survey by H.R. Challey, 82% of all marketing majors and 60% of all business school graduates are headed for a sales-related career. More college graduates of all majors will find their first career in sales than all other careers combined, and that's a stunning statistic. For example, right now, there are more than 8,300 Parkside alumni on LinkedIn. Of those, the top identified career category is in sales. 957 persons involved directly in sales careers, and probably many more involved in some type of customer contact. But more importantly, of those 8,300 plus graduates, more than 5,800 list their residence as the greater Milwaukee or Chicago area. In other words, the students we prepare to stay here better our communities. The sales certificate program began in 2010, and the first sales class was offered in 2008. We offer students of all majors the opportunity to gain many of the required skills to be prepared for a sales career. Our sales certificate is only one of 2 programs accredited by the University Sales Education Foundation in the state of Wisconsin, and only one of 62 worldwide. And because of the sales certificate program, the university has been participating in regional and national competitions, sales competitions, for the past 5 years, and we've developed a strong track record. 22 individual and team awards at national competitions, thanks to a great coaching team that has included our exceptional sales professors, Jim McFall and Bob Stobie, and also many volunteer hours spent by outstanding sales certificate alumni Kyle Hageman, Sarah Porter, and Will Cray in mentoring our competitors. This year, however, was special. As John mentioned, we are national champions. At the National Team Sales Competition in October, held at Indiana University, Joshua Frazier, Carlise Mayfield, Jeremy Meshork, and Nathan Whitaker put together an amazing effort and took home a national championship versus a field of 20 that was as strong as any Sweet 16 NCAA basketball tournament in terms of the names involved. This victory brings a real sense of pride to the university and the College of Business, Economics, and Computing. But more importantly, I believe the tireless work by these students reflects their drive to excel and the very positive evolution of the effectiveness of the UW Sales Certificate Program. Thank you again, and congrats to the incredible effort of these students.
Congratulations, Dr. Knight. I mentioned that. I was at a CABA event earlier this year, and I mentioned our sales certificate program. I literally walked out with 15 business cards of corporations in the city that wanted a follow-up call to talk to our students in the sales certificate program. So it's a genuine place of opportunity for our students, and thank you for everything you do, Dr. Knight. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the founding dean of the College of Natural and Health Sciences, Dr. Emmanuel Otu. Dr. Otu.
Thank you, John. Good morning, everybody. We are building on the success of various UW Parkside programs in the sciences and health. The ultimate goal is to leverage the strength of individual programs into a college that continues to grow and meet the needs of southeastern Wisconsin. As Provost Ebi mentioned, in October, we finalized an exciting partnership with the College of Pharmacy at Rosalind Franklin University of Medicine and Science in Lake County, Illinois. During the signing ceremony, Dr. Gloria Meredith, Dean of the College of Pharmacy, acknowledged the shortage of pharmacists in the Midwest. And unfortunately, Wisconsin is one of the top states experiencing that shortage. Because of the quality of the pre-health program here at Parkside and the quality of our graduates, Many of you are familiar with our amazing acceptance rate of 95 to almost 97%, if we include pharmacy, into professional schools. Due to that, Rosalind Franklin will accept up to 10 of our pre-health graduates each year without all the hassle that goes into getting into a pharmacy school, upon our recommendation. This is a real opportunity for our students' success and a real opportunity to meet a growing need in our state. Another area of need in our state, and one for which we have created an important partnership, is the development of physicians committed to providing quality health care in underserved rural and urban areas of Wisconsin. I will invite you to watch this presentation.
One of the big things at Parkside is not only do we want to learn in the classroom, but we also want to take that knowledge and bring it to our community. The RUSH program in itself is just rural and urban scholars in community health, and basically it's like a pipeline for pre-med students who want to serve in underrepresented communities throughout Wisconsin or the Midwest.
The RUSH program gives those students a chance to take what they've learned in the classroom and the skills they've developed in the laboratory and put it to practical experience. RUSH is really designed to help specifically pre-medical students couple that classroom experience with real-life, high-powered research with professors in the medical school at UW-Madison.
The sophomores participating in the RUSH program will have a wonderful keystone experience here at UW-Madison.
It's really giving me an opportunity to glance at medical school, a glance at what my future could be, a glance at a professional life, a glance at a million different things that you just don't get in a classroom at your school.
Working with just the students and residents in the radiology department, I already feel like I fit in, and I can't wait to be in that position myself.
Few of my RUSH peers did come from rural backgrounds and did have a lot of knowledge about rural settings, and they were pretty set on going into rural medicine. And then you had students like myself who came from urban settings.
I've been near the city of Milwaukee my entire life. Through service projects, I've gotten exposure to underserved populations, and ever since high school, it's been my passion.
I would love to serve a population that needs to be served. People take for granted all the healthcare that's right in front of them until you go to someone who doesn't have the healthcare, then they truly appreciate it.
A lot of our students, I think, are very motivated to go on to professional programs such as medical school. They understand the hard work that it's going to take to get there. What often they sometimes need, and we're able to provide for them, is opportunities and then confidence. And these students want it. They want it very, very badly. So I think we have a very unique mix of students in a population that lets them be ideally suited to at least be considering a career in either urban or rural medicine, because these students have lived through some of that.
I don't know what is in the water at UW Parkside. It's obviously something in the commitment they have to excellence in undergraduate education, but they seem to have a particularly impressive track record in preparing students well for careers in medicine.
I met with the pre-health advisor my senior year of high school, and within the first 10 minutes of meeting him, I knew that Parkside was the place for me.
We have a 91.5% rate of UW Parkside students that get into medical school.
The energy, the enthusiasm, the idealism is spectacular, matched only by the energy, enthusiasm, and idealism we see when they arrive for their first week of orientation at the medical school further down the road.
I just feel like we are prepared to become the best healthcare professionals that we can be.
Thank you, Dr. Otu. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to introduce the primary suspect in tampering with our water supply, at least in the pre-health program area, is the Assistant to the Dean for Health-Related Professions, Dr. Brian Lewis. Dr. Brian Lewis.
Hey, everybody. How you doing today? this is weird. This is the first time I've done this. So thank you. Good morning. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for all of you continuing to support our students and our pre-health students and our science students and every other student here at UW-Parkside for all the work you do. I don't know who that guy is up there. He looks, awful strange, and the beard hides something with that, I think. To me, I see something like that, and I just can't believe it. Even though this is the opportunity that we've been able to make here for our students at UW-Parkside, I mean, this is amazing. Our students have the opportunity to do this, and the reason they have the opportunity is because of you and because of them. To me, this still seems like a dream. I don't know how I got so lucky to have this position and have the opportunity to work with you fine people and to help our students achieve things that maybe they didn't even believe were achievable when they first started high school or college. So it's very humbling to see that up on the screen. Thank you. A little bit about the Rush program. In the fall semester of 2012, the University of Wisconsin-Parkside formally began our partnership with the UW-Madison School of Medicine and Public Health in the Rush program. This program actually started as a result of a conversation that Debbie had with people up at UW-Madison. They were talking about our pre-health programs and this Rush program, and Dr. Ford said, you need to talk to us about this. This is rural and urban scholar program. This is what our student population is. So thank you again for that and for handing the ball off. I think we took it home. So the way this program works is we have students that apply for the program at UW-Parkside. It's a competitive process. Students are expected to essentially put together a mini application like they would for medical school. Our office, myself, Mary Boisher, take a good look at these programs. Completely well organized by Lisa Lee, by the way. Just got to throw that out there. So these students get viewed by us. We sort through them, but then we hand these files over to people on the admissions committee at UW-Madison's medical school. Those admissions committee members visit our campus and interview the students they choose. So this is a selective process. It is very much like the process they will go through when they're applying to medical school. Those students then that meet through that rigorous process are the ones that are selected to go to UW-Madison in their first summer and do an internship research program with faculty members at the medical school at UW-Madison. After completion of that first year, these students then return to our campus and go through a year-round, essentially seminar series on professional development and healthcare. And then in their second summer, they're going to be placed into local communities, both urban and rural, for these students to get exposure to the field of medicine and physicians and how practice happens in these different areas. So it's a full 2-year program that the students have. We're honored. The students that you saw in the video were the ones who are our inaugural class of what we call now Rushers. So 5 students were selected into this program. They did their summer research experiences and then had to do a major presentation at the end of the summer that both Mary and I were able to take a look at, and it was truly amazing, the work that they're doing. One of them is looking at publication. Now these students are going through their professional development. We're going to hook them up over the summer. I'm also very happy to say that we just now reviewed our second class of students. And UW-Madison's admissions folks are going to be coming down in February to take a look at these students and get the ball rolling for year 2. So I don't know, we're very proud and honored to be a part of this program and just to have the opportunity to do these things. So thank you very much to all of you, and I hope you have a good rest of the day. Thanks.
As I briefly alluded to, Dr. Emmanuel Otu and Dr. Brian Lewis were at St. Joseph High School, or St. Joseph Catholic Academy yesterday, my alma mater, and I got phone calls the rest of the night after their visit describing how impressed they were, how impressive the program was, and how the board members that were in the meeting with Dr. Otu want to enroll and become doctors because of Brian's enthusiasm. Engaged learning is key to the educational and campus culture of our university. So let's take a look at the following story that outlines how our work impacts students and the community.
At UW-Parkside, their faculty, their staff, they really stress the importance of internships. And I can tell you as a recent graduate, it's really important. I can't stress it enough how important experience is. I'm Lupe Davalos, and I'm from Racine, Wisconsin. At ESPN Deportes, I literally do a bit of everything. I work on the production side for ESPN Deportes. I also do the English side for ESPN 540 here at ESPN Milwaukee. I'm in charge of anything on air. I do a lot of audio editing during live shows, make sure that we hook up to MLB so they play our on-air product, which is awesome being connected with Major League Baseball.
My name is Sandra Dempsey. I'm the ambassador for ESPN Deportes 1510. I've noticed very interesting features or characteristics about students from UW Parkside, and I would say their interest for the community, their involvement, the level of commitment they have, that has been really impressive to me. The students that we have had from UW Parkside are actually students who enjoy working for others, enjoy serving, enjoy being part of the community, and they do an awesome job just committing to that. I love seeing that, I enjoy that. Lupe is a perfect example of an intern who came here, she learned all the basics and more than that because she committed to that.
Community engaged learning is a very important component of what we believe here at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. I am Ebi Kuruvla. I am an associate professor as well as co-chair of the Department of Business, and I teach both undergrad and MBA classes. And about 20 to 25% of the grade is dedicated towards community engaged learning. Over a period of these 6 years, we worked on about 200 projects for the local business community, nonprofits in the area, bigger corporations, not only in the region but also going beyond, and some of them have been international projects as well. A graduate class was working on a project for Aurora Healthcare in Kenosha, and the director of operations of Aurora was so impressed with that project that at the end of the semester he asked the leader of this team to apply for a full-time position at Aurora.
We are the only university in the whole University of Wisconsin system that has a full-time partnership with our students and our faculty and a professional for-profit theater, and something which we're very proud of. My name is Michael Klickner. I am the technical director for the University of Wisconsin-Parkside and the Fireside Playhouse in Fort Atkinson. The University of Wisconsin-Parkside and the Fireside have been partners in producing quality theater for over 25 years now. They allow me to hire Parkside students to help them with their shows. We build all of their scenery, we help with their lighting, we do 8 shows a year for them.
My name is Will Teo. I'm a theater major here at Parkside, concentrating on directing and lighting. I love my time here at Parkside, but it's also great to get paid professionally with the Fireside Theater.
In the scene shop, I can use a radial arm saw, the table saw, the crosscut saw, pretty much any power tool you can think of. I am experienced with that. My name is Molly Haddock. I'm from Grayslake, Illinois, and I go to UW Parkside, and I'm majoring in theater right now. At UW Parkside, they really emphasize just getting real, in-depth experience in all you can. Our students learn the way we construct and build scenery here at Parkside is the same as any professional theater anywhere in the world. At the Fireside, on Broadway, anywhere. Parkside's collaboration with Fireside has given many, many, many students employment above and beyond their college career, but has also helped them appreciate their college career even more, because not only are they learning about doing theater, they're actually doing it. Here at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside, our students learn to have real-world skills, and they can work anywhere in the world. I mean, anywhere.
Yep, it keeps getting better, doesn't it? We've got great stories to tell. And here to share the rhyme and the reason behind our incredible success in theater arts, which boasts over a 90% placement rate in professional theater careers and or graduate programs, is Dr. Lisa Kornetsky, Chair of the Theater Arts Department. Dr. Kornetsky.
Thanks, John, and thanks, Michael, for that award-winning performance you just gave. Good morning, everyone. The relationship that we have with the Fireside Theater in Fort Atkinson is a great example of how and where our students get professional experience while they are students. The Fireside Grant provides us with all kinds of resources, as Michael said, staffing, internships, student help supplies, and real-world experience that makes our students very competitive. I hope that most of you have seen our productions. Soon you'll see some slides from productions over the last 5 years, and I hope you'll agree that our production values are really strong. And that comes in large part from our association with the Fireside and the resources that we bring. So it's an important partnership and one that really attracts students to our program. A primary learning goal for our students is to help them integrate and apply their learning experiences and skills to professional work in the theater or theater-related occupations. And we help our students to do this in a number of ways. I'm just going to talk about a few of those high-impact practices. First of all, we require all students to have a broad theatrical education so that each one of them performs, designs, works backstage, and learns to construct costumes, props, scenery, wigs, all kinds of things at the same time as they're taking an academic load. And in this way, they learn to apply their academic coursework to their practical production work. Students work together collaboratively on almost everything they do, allowing them to apply creative thinking to collaborative problem solving. They also collaborate artistically with faculty and staff in multiple ways, and I think this is very important, and it's part of our company model, which is fairly unique, and it's training and experience that makes them very attractive to future employers. Students also participate in yearly talent reviews every year, and in fact, in a week, they'll be doing it again. This is where professionals from the region come and assess portfolios and auditions of our students and give them feedback. And it's an incredibly powerful learning tool that really prepares our students to do very well when they go out and audition and interview in real-world situations. We, unlike many theater programs, don't have a summer program, and we do everything we can to encourage our students to spend their summers working professionally. And with that encouragement, students have worked at both large and small theaters across the region and across the country. They develop a really strong work ethic working in our department, and theaters who have hired our students are impressed with that and often come back and ask us for more Parkside students, more Parkside graduates to work in their theaters. As you have heard, we have over a 90% placement rate with students finding internships or employment in theater or theater-related activities. Our students have proved to be such valuable workers and artists that theaters like the American Players Theater in Spring Green, Wisconsin, Climb Theater in Minneapolis, Great River Shakespeare in Winona, Minnesota, come to us to audition and interview our students year after year. We have students all over the country doing really exciting and innovative things and supporting their art in many different ways. I have loads of examples and could stay up here for a really long time and give those to you, but I know I have to contain myself. So let me give you two examples that are really fresh and exciting for us right now. First, Lenny Banavez, who graduated from Parkside in 2004 and then went on to get his MFA from Ohio University. He's a professional actor and director in New York City and the artistic director of the Titan Theater Company, whose recent production of A Midsummer Night's Dream won rave reviews, with 9 actors, including recent graduate John Finnegan from our program, 9 actors playing 16 roles with an interchangeable cast. In other words, every actor knows every part and is prepared to play every part, and depending on what the audience decides, the actors play those parts that night. It's an incredibly innovative approach. It was incredibly successful, and now the show has been transferred to off-Broadway, which is really quite an accomplishment. Another great example, and one that's very recent and exciting, comes from one of last year's graduates, Abby Miller. And I believe we took her from the art department, so my apologies to my colleagues there. Abby had several professional summer internships while she was a student. Last spring, she was offered a graduate assistantship at the North Carolina School of the Arts, certainly a very prestigious program. But she was allowed to defer that when they learned she was invited to work towards a scenic painting apprenticeship with the Broadway Scenic Painting Union United Scenic Artists, or USA. This is the most, I believe, difficult theatrical union to join. This is an invitation-only screening process where she will undergo 3 sets of tests. They start with 100 invited artists, and after 6 months, choose only 5 for the program. My colleague Misty Bradford kind of described it as the Hunger Games of the discipline. If she succeeds, and we believe she has every opportunity to do so, and is chosen as one of the 5, she will receive a 1-year apprenticeship with USA in New York City, where she will work as a Broadway scenic painter and receive she'll work under a Broadway scenic painter, where she will receive a percentage of their salary as payment. If that doesn't work out, she'll plan to go on to graduate school, so she's got some great choices there. And in the meantime, she is finishing a year-long scenic painting internship at the Pacific Conservatory of the Performing Arts in Santa Maria, California. And the interesting thing about this internship is she has been given the position of scenic charge on 2 shows since she arrived in May, which is incredibly unusual for a student or for an intern to come in and get that level of responsibility right away. It speaks very highly of her preparation and training. She'll be working as a scenic painter at American Players Theater this summer before she attempts to make it in New York City or North Carolina. We work really hard to prepare our students for the world of professional work, and they work hard to get there. It's a tough profession. I think that's probably pretty obvious. But our graduates overall are doing very well as interns, as graduate students, and as professional theater artists because of their talent and because of their training. And I'd just like to say that we have an amazing faculty and staff all working together, a really dedicated group of people who work long and hard to help our students in every way they can. So if you want more examples, our webpage is full of them, and I hope you'll come and visit the webpage and come and see a show. Thank you very much.
Award-winning productions. Hope to see you there this year. Stewardship can mean several things. Perhaps it also speaks to how we think and feel about ourselves. Perhaps, too, an exciting health challenge taking place this semester, led by Director of Human Resources Elaine Johnson and Director of Athletics Tammy Falk-Day, will be of interest to you. Director of Human Resources Elaine Johnson.
Good morning, everyone. Unfortunately, Tammy was not able to be with us this morning, so I'm going to speak on both of our behalves. But as we prepare for the Olympics and we're all getting ready to watch, we too are going to be going for the gold. And what does that mean for Parkside? We have known of our Wellness Rangers program, and this year we have decided to couple that with faculty-staff competition. So what we would like to do is go for our own gold, and we will be doing a walking activity program. The first phase of the program, our registration will be on February 18th, and we are going to walk from Kenosha to New York. There will be student teams as well as faculty and staff teams or individuals, and we are going to see which one of us can go to New York first. Then, as we come back from spring break, we will have phase 2 for those that want to continue from New York to Miami. Now, I would think we would probably want to go to Miami right now with the weather, but we decided to take it in short spurts. The program is going to be 5 weeks for the first phase and 6 weeks for the second phase. We'll have individual or teams, no more than 3 to 4 people on a team to keep it fair. We're going to track our steps and convert them into miles. Now, not everybody walks, not everybody runs. So we will have conversion charts for those that may swim, do aerobics, Zumba, so we'll be able to convert your steps into miles. And then, once I said again, this will be a competition. And we're going to be tracking the competition as well. We're hoping to put maps up outside of the library so we can see how we're doing. So, as you go there every day, you can walk past to see where the students are and where we are. And we want to be ahead of the students in the walking. Okay, moving on. Other than that, in conjunction with the Wellness Rangers, we're going to have a lot of other additional activities. We'll have Zumba and Pilates and yoga and Pilaxing, I think. I haven't done that one. Sculpting, exercises, intramural sports. We're going to have our wellness fair. We will have cooking demonstrations and cooking lessons, make your own natural beauty products. So there's a lot going on. So we would really want you to get engaged. This is not just about physical. This is overall wellness. This is your financial. We're going to have some financial classes that you can come in about your financial health as well. So it's a well-rounded program. And then what we will do, we're telling our story. We each have a story, so we will be telling our story. We'll have success stories that we will go around taping. We will do 2-minute ranger interviews. I hope you've been watching those. We'll send out weekly emails for encouragement to keep you motivated, and then we will have weekly prizes. Some will be water bottles and towels, but there is going to be SAC membership for a semester, so that's a great prize to try to win. And we just want to keep everybody engaged. We want this to be a fun, engaging, motivating competition. So why you, why now, why not? Good questions, right? This may improve our overall health. We may think we're healthy, but sometimes we sit in our desks or don't get out at night, especially in this weather. How many of you walked this week outside? Very good. We have some diehards. Yay! I prefer right now the mall walking. I'm doing mall walking. So basically, it may help reduce our stress. We don't have stress here, right? There's no stress in this room. We're all happy, no stress. We may lower our healthcare costs. Now you think, how does that happen? We, as UW Parkside, though we're part of the UW system, we still have to pay a portion of our healthcare costs above what our individual premiums are. So UW Parkside has the employer portion that we have to put out for our budget every year. So when I say we may lower our healthcare costs, I'm talking about the organization and what we have to put out. The more money we can retain in UW Parkside, the better off we are to be able to provide more programs to our students. And then we may provide team inspiration and motivation. That means that we have to encourage each other. That means that if I'm sitting at my desk for 6 hours, I would hope that my partner, my walking partner, would say, come on, let's go, let's take a walk for 10 minutes. Let's get away. And many studies have shown that that actually helps you get re-engaged for the rest of your day. So we're going to encourage that. And camaraderie. Wouldn't you like to be sitting there razzing your students about how well staff and faculty are doing in their walking program? And don't you think the students are going to be razzing you as they walk past and see those maps all the time? So that's part of that competition. How are we going to keep track? We're going to have an online program that you'll be able to log in your steps and it will convert to miles. You'll be able to enter weekly for prizes. We're going to have conversion charts, and we have some tracks that we have done throughout these buildings to show if you walk from one point to another how many miles that is or how many steps that is. And once again, I said we're going to display our success. That's the key, display our success. So when we go for the gold, we want medals, right? We're going to have first, second, and third place medals, and those will be for individual as well as teams. And that will be for both the students and the faculty and staff. And then once we receive our medals, we'll also get to have a breakfast with the chancellor to honor our success and our efforts. So you may be saying, okay, I'm ready, right? How many are ready? Come on, I want to see those hands. All right. Stand up, Chancellor. She's waving. She's like, let's go. Okay, so we're going to kick this off on February 18th. It will be in Main Place. And then on February 19th as well. Now on February 19th, if you come to register, we'll also have blood pressure screening. And right now we're working with some partners to be able to have somebody come in and do a shoe analysis of your sneakers, tennis shoes if you call them, just to make sure that you have the proper footwear if you're going to be doing exercising, walking, or running. You will get a goodie bag, and in the goodie bag you will have a t-shirt, a pedometer, walking maps, water bottle, and then once again, don't forget the weekly prizes. So for faculty and staff, there will be a cost of $5, and the $5 fee is to cover the t-shirt, and that's basically it. Everything else, we're going to pick the cost up for. The students, of course, are free because they get that through their SEG fees. So, are you ready? Yes. Okay. I do want, before I end this, I want to thank those that have helped us with this. We have some program sponsors. We have the American Heart Association. We have the Educators Credit Union, and thanks to them we have the pedometers. We have our Ranger Wellness Student Program, and thanks to them we have a lot of activities that you can participate in. We have our student nurses at Parkside. They will be the ones that will be doing our blood pressure screening, and if you want, they will probably do your BMI too, if you feel so, to do that. And then we have Wheaton Franciscan Healthcare, who are also helping us with some of our goodie prizes. So I thank you. I really want to see us out there moving and getting motivated. I know that Dr. Kirby would like to be here. She's part of this, as well as Tammy Falk-Day and Stephanie Saravaca-Marshall. But we're wanting you to engage and be with us. We're all going to be creating our teams to try to win the gold as well. Thank you.
Thank you. We need to keep moving. I do want to give a little recognition. The videos you have seen are part of the digital communications project, and the overall investment we've made in the new website included this video production, which were professionally done. I just wanted to give you some context as to where and how we've created those. But at this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Kim Kelly.
I have a pedometer in my pocket, and I just counted those steps. All right. Thank you, John Jaroszewski. As always, I have been filled today with wonder. May I have the next slide, please? And occasionally, I have been accused of hallucinating. I want to share with you that what we don't want is to continue to hallucinate, but yet to continue to plan. All right, let's have some fun. Okay. So I'm here to give you an update on our strategic planning process. And when we leave, on your way out, there will be someone who will be taking a test of everything I say. Wait, no, there will be no test. Sit back, relax, get some cranberry juice. Let's do this. All right, we're going to identify some potential strategic directions. How many of you remember those 2 meetings in May, back when the weather was fair? Okay, that's all right. We figured. All right, so we decided to go out and take those strategic directions to you and obtain your feedback, which we did. And we are privileged to have the opportunity to receive your feedback. It was insightful, it was thoughtful, and it was as wondrous as the videos because all of you demonstrated your commitment to Parkside, and I thank you. And so does the OIE team. All right, so we are revising the strategic directions. Remarkably, you weren't entirely happy with them. You wanted some change. I don't know why. There were only 10 of them. Okay, good idea. All right, and now we are revising those strategic directions, and I'll give you a little hint in a minute. And we're going to obtain final feedback from you again in the February-March timeframe. We will provide you with the strategic direction revisions, and we hope that you will find in them something that speaks to you. Once we finalize those strategic directions, it's time to do an implementation plan because we truly do not want to hallucinate. We want to be effective. And so we're going to finalize our plan in April, and, drum roll please, we'll have another campus-wide get-together. Yahoo! And I hope there's some lemonade, water, and cookies. So come for the cookies, come for the lemonade, or come to plan, whatever. We want you there. And then we're going to develop the implementation plan. Oh, he's in such a hurry. Okay, thank you, Justin. All right, so what is the intent of the strategic plan? The plan is actually to be meaningful, to be aspirational. And like those videos, when you think of it, we want you to feel good about what you're doing here. We want you to know you're making a difference. It's also to engage you and our external stakeholders because we want to be highly responsive to our community, which those videos demonstrate we are. And finally, we want to know about, essentially, what did we accomplish in all this? Was it worthwhile? I know somebody who always says, what are the outcomes, Kim? What have you done? So there they are. We will get your listening session feedback. We have a listening session report, which we will put out to the campus next week because we know no one's going to be looking at it when they're getting ready for classes to start. And then we identified the themes that you brought to our attention, and we'll incorporate those into the aspirational directions for this institution. And we will have the privilege of sharing those with you sometime in March. Be on the lookout. Okay, and what's our intent? We want an exciting, overarching set of directions that are aspirational and resonate with our internal and external stakeholders. And we also want them to be meaningful to you and to be something more than words. And those goals will then help us to get from 2014 to 2018, which is our 50th anniversary. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, moving on. Next slide. All right. So I couldn't get up here without a timeline. Always has to be a beginning and an end. So we had those visioning sessions back in May, which none of you remember, and that's okay. They were fun, though. Please come out next time. I think it's the end of April this year. It probably has already been sent to you as an Outlook invite. I'm like that. All right, and we held our listening sessions here in the fall. They were great opportunities, and everyone had an opportunity to participate, and we appreciate all of you who came out or sent us something through the Qualtrics survey. We're revising them right now. We will adopt them here as a campus in March, and we'll implement them, and then in the fall we'll have some communication so that everyone has the opportunity to become familiar with them and can tell me all the changes I need to make for next time. All right. Hello. Next slide. Okay. So we had some themes, and we wanted to share with you what you said. I think it's important for you to have the opportunity to see where you all miraculously came together. And while you had different perspectives, it was truly miraculous how close people were in terms of their perspectives. You didn't know it, but I did. I got the opportunity to say, wow, that's really a theme. So the themes were students. The videos show that. The commitment to this organization shows that. Where'd it go? Okay, thank you. Clearly, I'm getting the boot. All right. Rapidly, I will tell you that we have an extremely lovely location. I love that. Lovely location. Lovely to be here. Except, of course, when it's really cold. Ugh. All right. Academic programs. Everyone agreed we had superb academic programs. There were some they talked about more than others, but they were thrilled with what it is we offer our community. And faculty and staff. We've seen the rich variety of faculty and staff engagement, student success. We have a great deal to be proud of. Okay, go. All right. So what should we do more of? If you look here, this is what you thought was really important. We should have in-demand undergraduate and graduate programs. One of the students in the videos talked about the importance of internships. Another actually had done the CNN Deportes and mentioned that her relationship with that experience had been extremely important. Well, the academic plan mentioned specifically career-related activity, internships, etc., and this resonated with everyone. Everyone wants to see those kinds of activities. So our academic plan is clearly on the minds of everyone in this campus, whether they think of that or not. Student support, we want to continue to support our commuter and non-traditional students, mention of veterans and others who we really want to help and show that we can make a difference in their lives. Focus on marketing and public relations remains strong, as did thinking about enrollment. I don't know why, but everybody wants to talk about enrollment, so we appreciate that. Next slide. Okay, so what should we pursue? Partnerships, partnerships, partnerships. It came up today many, many times. You've affirmed. You are very much engaged with the concept of having, increasing, and deepening our partnerships. And also student support and student opportunity. This came up again in a variety of settings. And again, it was something that you consider to be both a partnership looking outward as well as academic programs within. So very diverse, very thoughtful, very expansive in your perspective about where we should go. Next slide, please. Okay. Oh, yeah, all right, the big rollout now. Okay, so we took these themes and we've considered them seriously. We've talked about them and all of the feedback that you gave us. We collated it, we sifted, we winnowed. That sounds like a plaque. Anyway, we sifted, we winnowed, we looked for truth. That's the Wisconsin way. And so we decided that we would throw this out there, and you should either say, or, ready? Okay, you're kind of okay with it. Now, this is very similar to every session I had. People are willing to consider, they have to process, they need to think it over. So we're going to have some more conversations, people. Be there. I'm promising cookies, maybe donuts. Get me on a good day, I'll get donut holes from Oliver's, okay? All right. What would that possibly include? So if you think about it, we want a big overarching idea. Maybe I'll get a video one day. Yeah. And what we want here is student success should be clearly a goal within. It could also be achieving name brand recognition. If you're premier, people know you. People know why you're premier, right? High quality, relevant degree programs. We can take that a number of different ways. We just have to take it the way that we think will best serve what we need to be doing. Outstanding opportunities for students, commitment to inclusive excellence, and every one of you, thank you, said we are an excellent, excellent value. Sound, yeah, good? Yeah, maybe? No, yeah, good, good. Okay, next. So I'm here to give you a quick and valuable introduction to a strategic direction, the big idea in which we encompass several goals. The goals help us to know where we're going to go in the longer term. A tactic shows us where we're going to go in the shorter term. So I'll soon be talking about fascinating goal development and thrilling tactic development. So let's do it, people, because it's going to be fun and it's very important. And remember, in the words of Eisenhower, planning is everything. Plans are nothing. Participate in the planning, and then we as an institution can become even greater than we are today. And now it is my privilege to bring Dr. Deborah Ford, our illustrious chancellor, I love saying that, back to the stage to wrap it up and send us off for the spring semester. Thank you.
Wow. So let's give a big round of applause for all of our presenters and as we share in this great success. John, thank you very much for all of your work today in organizing and the work of University Relations as we stream today. So thank you all very, very much. In my mind, there is no more important initiative here at UW-Parkside than planning for our future success of our institution and thereby the future success of our students and the communities we serve. I believe we are privileged to serve our university at this time, and I have said that a number of times. We all recognize that there are new ideas and technologies influencing the future of higher education. However, as we work toward a vibrant and highly relevant update to our strategic plan, I know we have a great opportunity to meet the changes, opportunities, and challenges ahead. As I have mentioned before, and I believe it is worth repeating, and as we have seen through the presentations and videos and conversations today, the University of Wisconsin-Parkside is a one-of-a-kind educational and learning community. As we continue to move forward, choices on just how we will move forward will have to be made. And these choices will be based on our strengths and the areas we identify for improvement. Choices will be made with the students' needs and the goals of student success as our highest priorities. At our fall 2013 convocation, just a few months ago, we began the celebration of serving our students and our communities in our 45th year. We met our first graduate, George Becker. And I know you remember that we also met George's granddaughter, Charlie, a member of the Fab Four, an IPED. Remembering the past, honoring the past is an important part of any successful organization. But embracing our future keeps successful organizations like the University of Wisconsin-Parkside successful and even better. We will continue to look to the future and adapt to the changing expectations of our students and all of our stakeholders. I understand that not all of us agree or will agree with the direction of each change. However, I am 100% certain that the team assembled here and the team of faculty and staff at our university and our board members and other stakeholders at the start of 2014 is the right team to make the important decisions that continue the university's strong move forward. In addition to our colleagues who were honored here today for their service anniversaries, I close by thanking each of you for your commitment to the university and to the pillars of excellence. I am honored to serve as your chancellor, and I am confident that each of us sees great things ahead for the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. I truly appreciate your involvement in today's program and your involvement as we begin another semester of providing quality higher education. I recognize that it was a long program. However, we have important stories to tell. And now, you are charged with telling our stories and making the spring 2014 semester the best that it can be for our students, for one another, and for the communities we serve. Thank you and all the best for a successful 2014.